Hello, I'm Colonel Steve Akeley. Since I live in St. Louis, I find myself traveling to bourbon country by myself quite frequently. Exploring the best that Kentucky has to offer by yourself is actually quite fun. When it comes to drinking bourbon though, that's something that I like to do with my friends. Inevitably, when you are drinking bourbon, you end up talking about things that you used to do. Fun things that you used to enjoy on TV, pop culture, that type of thing. And that's exactly what this show is. We're gonna get together with some friends, drink, and we're gonna reminisce. Welcome to Bourbon Reminiscing.
You were too young.
No, I wasn't.
Well, for not like Friday the 13th, the number 16, but number one, like the number one freaked me completely out. And I was like 13 years old. And when the dude sat up behind the couch and just like he was laying there and then he goes, whoop, and he just like he had to have abs of goddamn fucking he had abs of a whatever. And he sat straight up behind the couch, and that freaked me out. And I was done. I was like over with. I stopped watching it. I stopped watching it.
My dad showed me
He sat up there, and then he's like jabbed her in the face or some kind of shit.
Can't kill Jason.
Can't kill him.
Just keeps coming back.
I don't get it. How they put him in a prison, in a jail cell, and I mean, I've been in the jail cell. You can't get out.
No.
I don't care, Jason. You can't get out. So that kind of killed it for me.
He was in outer space once, and then he killed people in outer space.
This is like, okay, I don't scare super easily. And I really like movies that are like whodunit crime sort of situations. Jason freaks me out so hard.
Yeah. I'll tell you that the best part of those movies was Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, she aged really well.
She has. But Jason didn't.
No, but he's been like slowly decaying for like 50 years.
50,
right?
60, 70 years. I know. But how does he get to like the moon? He's underwater. He's like been everywhere. This guy's like well-traveled and dead.
And he can't talk to anybody about it. You know, like he can't sit down and have a nice bourbon.
Well, if you take the mask off, good understand what he says.
But then he would be like, run the other direction, because he would be so gross. So gross.
I guess I don't know.
I think what we need is every 5 years, because the hockey mask is scary at first, and then it becomes so cliched and stereotyped.
So we need to switch up. What's the Mexican mask?
A luchador wrestling mask?
Yeah, that mask. Yeah. I mean, I think Jason needs to get a luchador.
I don't know if I'd be scared or expect him to bounce off the ropes and drop some elbows and tag into his partner.
You'd be scared when he did every horror movie cut somebody in the head.
If he had an axe at me and he was wearing a luchador mask, I'd be terrified. That's fair.
I think luchador is the way to go.
Would he have to have a Hispanic name if he was wearing a luchador mask?
Well, he could be Jason Perez. How's that? Like, sorta like Dad was,
a luchador?
Yeah.
Jason Perez?
Yeah, Jason Perez.
Whatever the equivalent of Friday the 13th would be in Spanish.
My dad showed me those movies when I was way too young. They scared me.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't watch that shit when you're young. I don't let my kids watch that shit. That's dumb.
He showed me the Child's Play movies, the Jason movies.
Like Chucky running around killing people.
That was scary for a little 9-year-old.
Sure. Scary for a 20-year-old.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th is my lucky day.
Why? It seems like that's the worst day.
No.
So we just had a Friday the 13th.
I know it.
Did you get any luck?
I bought a 8-in Ford tractor.
Perfect. Yeah. He's not wrong. Yeah. I used to like the Friday the 13th, the movies. Did you ever watch those with that Jason? And then really in the first one, the secret, it was his mother.
I don't watch that kind of movies. Them old crazy movies I don't watch.
You don't watch that?
No,
Oh, he wears a hockey mask.
I don't.
They play that choo, 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 choo.
There wasn't nothing besides that on television, and I wouldn't even have a television.
If he popped up in front of you out there, what would you do?
Shooting probably.
That'd been the end of Jason, wouldn't it?
Be no more sequels.
Be no more sequels.
It wouldn't be good in the dark for somebody to scare me. They might get killed.
They might get killed. Yeah.
I always think that these women in these movies are very prepared. You know, like Jamie Lee Curtis, like in this latest
she's
movie, like
badass.
could not have been more prepared. You know, and still, like he kills a bunch of people. Like the doors are dead bolted. They've got like all these redundancies. There's weapons in strategic positions all over the house.
Well, how
Still.
people that's stupid over and over again? First of all, don't go in the house.
Yeah,
You know
don't
that.
go upstairs.
Don't go upstairs. Oh, I hear something scary happening. I should go look at what it is. No, run the other way. All I can do is leave.
So dumb.
So that was the first adultish cartoon that I remember watching. Came on Sunday nights. It was one of their flagship programs, if I remember, when Fox first came out as a major network. And I watched it for years, probably the first, I don't know, up to 6 or 7 seasons. I'd seen every episode, and then I got to the point where I didn't watch it anymore. The ironic thing it's not ironic, the actually incredible thing about The Simpsons is they've been able to like predict a lot of weird things in their cartoons. So like, 5-10-year-old episodes predict things that are happening now, and like they had an episode where they predicted Trump would be president of all crazy things back in like the late '80s, and obviously that's come to fruition. But there's actually a website you can go to and see all the things that they've aired an episode on date X, and that exact same thing came true like later. Like there's a whole like conspiracy theory, time traveling nonsense that goes on with that. But it was funny, but it was smart. It's a precursor to all the popular cartoons now. So Family Guy is super popular. All the edgy kind of Cartoon Network late night cartoons all started from The Simpsons. Like they were the first bridge between my childhood of Looney Tunes and Flintstones and the Jetsons into like the modern age, edgy, more teen to adult cartoon kind of thing. They were the first, and the direct bridge between those two happy-go-lucky Saturday morning cartoons and now your every day of the week adult cartoons.
Oh my God, love them.
Who doesn't love The Simpsons?
Right?
I mean, it's...
Yeah, when they used to come on one night a week and they moved it to Thursday, and like if my mom ever found this out, she'd be so mad at me. But I had dance class on Thursday, and I would always leave dance early just to go home and watch The Simpsons, and therefore my tap recital was horrible.
I still watch The Simpsons to this day.
Oh yeah, it's classic. You got to have them in your life.
Yeah, Homer's awesome.
Oh yeah, why you little? Mm-hmm.
So what?
The Simpsons, the cartoon.
Oh,
You like them?
Fred's his name, I think.
Yeah, Fred.
Fred
Simpson.
Fred
It's
Simpson?
Homer Simpson.
Homer
Simpson.
Them little yellow people, Papaw.
I know who you're talking
He
about.
knows. He just.
I thought he had it
confused the name.
confused with the Flintstones.
No, that's Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, Fred Flintstone.
Would you stop? The guy's messing. He made a small mistake. He knew it, so he knows Homer.
Sorry, Papaw. Do you like Homer Simpson?
No.
Do you like any of Bart Simpson?
No, Mark's the boy, ain't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rides a skateboard.
What about the boss that has all the money?
Yeah. What about that guy, Mr. Burns?
Mr. Burns.
I don't pay no attention to him. Tell you the truth, I never watched him very little. I just seen him on.
I remember that as well.
Kyle, your website says you can do every character on The Simpsons. Pick your favorite, do it for us today.
Oh no, I don't know if I have a favorite character on The Simpsons, but I mean I can do the iconic dope. That's about it. That's about all I got.
Put a lot of heart into that.
Yeah.
Dope.
Can you do the what was his Homer's boss's name? The guy with the old guy with the big nose.
Oh.
Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns.
Yeah, no, I don't have
Can't
that
do Mr. Burns?
No.
Smithers.
All right, so true story. I was not allowed to watch The Simpsons as a child.
Really?
Yes, it was scandalous.
This explains a lot.
That's why I'm so into bourbon now. I just like ran the other direction. I'm wild. No, I'm not wild. But I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons because my parents thought that I was like young and impressionable and I was going to learn terrible things from The Simpsons. And so when I got older, I was like, I'm going to watch all The Simpsons. You can't stop me, kind of thing. And like, I laugh at them a little bit, but other than Marge's hair, I'm not super impressed.
I think The Simpsons are like the modern day Nostradamus. They predict everything
That was
correctly.
deep.
Very
That was real deep.
But they can predict everything. And how they do this, of course, they've made so many episodes, they probably got 90 things wrong. They'll eventually get something right, but they get a ton of stuff right.
Yeah, well, cheers to getting a few things right.
That's right.
Daddy used to tell me that television he had wasn't playing nothing but the news and Dragnet.
That's it, huh?
You remember Dragnet?
Sure.
That's all it plays.
Yeah.
News and Dragnet.
Remember, when's the first time you saw television?
And he bought.
Tell us about that.
He bought one television in his life.
Yeah. It lasted the whole time, huh?
No. When he moved back to Clay County, and then he moved back to Clay County, he had to go on the hill for the Earl, and
It didn't bother.
Didn't work out.
Wasn't
Didn't work out. When was the first time you saw a television?
I'd say it was about 1948.
The bubblegum ones?
Yeah, those were cool. It was a much healthier alternative, like to the real thing.
Right. It's much better than vaping. And my mom used to smoke, and then so we were at some kind of little fair or something.
What's that?
And we had candy, bubblegum, cigarettes, or
Wait a
whatever.
minute, I just remembered something. Those were were those things like juiced with powder, to like where you could blow them? They just like they blew out like powder.
Some of them.
That's pretty good there. I remember that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the candy cigarettes. Made me feel cool. My mom smoked, so.
No, I did some candy cigarettes, but
Is that what you call it?
that's what I call it now.
Candy cigarettes. Love them.
I just loved them.
They still sell these. Every now and then I see them in
I
the
don't
store.
see them,
I
but-
see them from time to time.
But I loved them.
Yeah, they were cool. I was a bigger fan of Big League Chew, which I didn't realize there was a controversy about till later because I get it's supposed to be a tobacco pouch, but most kids don't know that. So you open it up, and you take out as many pieces as you want of that sugar-coated gum, and you shove it in your mouth. Candy cigarettes were like a novelty. The candy itself wasn't that good.
Yeah, the candy itself
But it was
wasn't
cool
that
to be like 7 and pretend like you're
Yeah.
smoking.
Fuck, and I meant to bring them because I bought some at Ozark Land specifically. Damn it.
Good job. You were
Yeah,
supposed
way
to
to
bring the
win
candy
that
cigarettes.
one.
Yes.
I love candy cigarettes, but okay, I'm talking the chalky ones.
Mm-hmm.
The chalky white ones that have just a little like tuft of pink on the end.
Yep.
That now the packaging can't look like cigarettes
Yeah.
because whatever. But back in our day,
Yep.
it looked like it was
Yeah.
meant to mimic cigarettes.
Yeah.
But then there was the gum cigarettes.
Uh huh.
You remember those?
You blow
they roll
on
that, you
and
blow that, and the
smoke,
powdered
yeah.
sugar comes out
Yeah.
like smoke.
Yeah.
They do not make those anymore.
Nope. Those are my
No,
jam.
sir.
Those were my jam. But yeah, you used to roll them up in your sleeves. Did you roll them
Yeah.
up in your sleeve?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Roll them up in your sleeve.
You know, so politically incorrect, but yet so much fun.
And it's like sugar.
Sugar.
It just slides out on other people.
I always want to try to figure out how to do like the rings with it. Like I never could practice, but could never do it. Could never do it.
either.
No, can't do it.
Yeah. I went to a 1920s like New Year's thing 2 years
Mhm.
ago in Chicago. And there were these like cigarette girls and they were going around and they had all the lucky like candy
Priceless.
cigarette stuff. And
Priceless.
we went home with like 6 packs of them and we were like, what are we supposed to do with these? We don't remember. So we ended up just going, and we just ate them. like, that's what you
Save
do.
them for Halloween. Give them out to
Save them
kids.
for Halloween, right? Young, impressionable people
right.
will be the most popular spot on the block.
Oh, I totally had these.
Oh yeah, they made me
I thought
feel
it was cool as shit.
So cool, so fucking cool.
Yeah.
So there was like this little, it was like a country grocery store that my parents had in like this little tiny small town because I'm from a small town. It was the town over. But they had this whole candy section when you first walked in. I'm like, give me candy cigarettes. And my mom would every time. She didn't care, didn't think about it.
Yeah.
But they even had like the lit ends because they were orange.
And they had the puff of whatever it was, powdered sugar
I don't
that would
remember
come
them
out the
puffing.
end. Oh,
but
mine
people have
puffed.
said that. I don't
Yep.
remember that. But I remember feeling so cool because and like you would hold them like you were smoking, even though because like my dad smoked, so I remember seeing him smoking.
So you're like, Dad, show me.
Teach me to smoke with my candy cigarette. Like, I just remember being like so cool. But then I had friends whose parents were like super conservative and like would not allow it, and they're like, "Oh, we can't have those." I'm like, well, it's fine.
Candy.
It's just candy.
It's just
it tastes like a Smartie. Just eat it. It's fine.
It's
fine.
It's gum.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yep. I remember having them in my car, and my mom found them one time and thought they were real, and she really got pissed.
No, my mom would buy them for us. Like,
I had your mom was cooler than mine.
I had the cool mom. So my mom would be like, "Yeah, it's fine." She didn't care. She's like, "They're candy. You're just gonna eat it." But no, we acted like they were real cigarettes. So I'm like, "Oh, my dad's so cool. I want to like be like my dad."
Yep.
And
you know, I had a flashlight. It was funny because I had a flashlight when I was a kid, and it looked like a lighter. It was like it was like supposed to be one where you could set it down, you could open it and like point it in any direction. But if you just use your thumb and flick it, it lit up, or it opened and then it lit up. So that was my lighter for the candy cigarettes. I used to even light my candy cigarettes. I used to light my pretend cigarettes.
How old are we talking here?
Oh,
give it
not any
age
older
to
than
this
14.
scenario.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I was probably maybe 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Still eat them. Maybe it was you, McNew, that was making fun of my basic. Remember when I was on Instagram, we posted those basic lunches, and one of them was SpaghettiOs, and somebody gave me some shit. I can't remember who it was. It was probably Steve. I like SpaghettiOs. Love them.
Nah.
Nothing?
That's why I learned how to cook. Because like I was like a latchkey kid or something. Like my parents are
You just didn't
working.
like it was pasta and tomato juice.
I don't know. I did some pasta and shit. I was watching all these TV shows on PBS, and
So let me ask you this.
I learned how to cook.
So you don't like SpaghettiOs?
No, it's crap.
You were ate SpaghettiOs?
It's crap.
Did you had every kid likes
No,
SpaghettiOs.
I cooked. I was like 14. I was in there cooking.
Loved them as a kid, hate them now.
Why do you hate them now?
Because I ate them so much as a kid.
Did you like the ones with weenies in them?
No, I had the meatball ones.
Those were really good.
Or the plain one, just the plain SpaghettiOs. I just can't even stand the smell of it now.
I like the ones with the little weenies in them. Those are dead on. But the problem with the meatball ones is sometimes you get a can with like 2 meatballs. And the meatballs honestly kind of taste like dog food.
How do you know what dog food tastes like?
I've had dog food before.
I ate a lot of SpaghettiOs growing up. Yeah, they were kind of the after-school snack type of thing before Mom and Dad got home. You just get the can of SpaghettiOs out, warm it up, and eat it before they get home. And they don't realize that you've already eaten something before dinner until they see the can in the trash can.
They're an abomination. I can't stand them. Like my son, to this day, he still eats them. He's 21, but he ate those. Like if he had a choice, what do you want to eat? It was SpaghettiOs, and macaroni and cheese. Like he was just a pasta kind of guy, and just opening the can and making those for him, like the smell. And then they stick to the bowl, and then you put the bowl in, you get the hot water, and you get to smell it. Like those things are a travesty. Like I have no idea what they put in that stuff. I've never had them, never will eat them. I was more of like a ham sandwich kind of guy. I'd rather make a ham sandwich as a kid than eat SpaghettiOs. No, I'm not a. No.
We have a surprise for you guys. They're actually heating up a bowl of SpaghettiOs for each of you.
Congrats to Kyle.
Yeah,
you have 2 servings coming.
I could probably still throw it down.
I still eat them with grilled cheese sandwiches. Still do.
Nah, right. Grilled cheese is the worst thing in the world. Like I would never eat a grilled cheese sandwich. That's why I learned to cook. Because just fix yourself a grilled cheese. Like,
I bet you hate. You hate
are
a
you
lot
freaking
of,
kidding me?
You hate a lot of things that are universally loved.
Talking about tomato soup and grilled cheese? Eat a dick.
I love SpaghettiOs. I know I heard another group saying they hated SpaghettiOs, but they're freaking awesome.
I never had a lot of SpaghettiOs. I had the beefaroni.
Beefaroni's good too.
Yeah.
All that stuff, you know.
Have that with our Totinos.
That's a good side to the Totinos, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm weird about canned meat.
I mean, I will say I don't eat them much anymore, but I
Yeah.
mean, I would still, when my nephew's at the house, he's 4. They're making it for him.
Having some SpaghettiOs
I'll
with
eat
it?
me some with him, yeah.
That was cool when they came out with the ones with the letters and stuff. That's the
The,
same
the
thing,
alphabet,
right?
yeah.
I remember those, but I don't think I've ate that one.
Do you like them? Do you eat them?
No, not now. I'm a grown up. But my kids do. And I will admit that if there's a couple left in the bowl, I might finish them.
Do you think that they smell weird?
No.
I think they
smell like SpaghettiOs, like they're supposed to.
They smell weird. SpaghettiOs smell weird. Like, go home.
Well, now I
open
gotta go
one.
smell it,
Go
'cause I
smell
don't
it.
ever
'Cause,
know.
like, as soon as I open the can, I just smell like this weird SpaghettiO thing.
Shit.
And I don't like Chef Boyardee canned ravioli either for the same reason, because it smells weird.
Well, what about the Chef Boyardee pizza where you would roll out
Yes,
the
because
dough
homemade
and the
pizzas. Oh my
kits,
god,
the kit
my mom
and the
every Friday
sauce.
night we would do like homemade pizzas.
Yeah.
Like when we do our own toppings.
Yeah.
I love those. Those are great.
100% preservatives.
But those
And all
are
of that.
different. They weren't. It wasn't from a can, so maybe the preservatives
Didn't smell weird.
Didn't smell weird.
Fine. The pizza's fine.
When it's in a can, like when you pop that can, it just comes out as you.
Do you remember where you are when OJ was on the run from the police?
I was working somewhere. That was in the 90s, right?
Mm-hmm. 93,
I may have
94?
been home. I was home because I was like infatuated. Like, if he's going so slow, why don't you just stop him?
Get in front of him.
Exactly. What the hell is this? Is this made for TV?
It's because Al Cowlings called in the police and said OJ had a gun to his head, and if you interfered, OJ was going to blow his brains out. Isn't that what happened?
But that's not a true story. I mean, that's the story. It's not a true story. OJ ain't gonna kill himself.
More people. I just remember that. I remember being glued to the TV when that was going on. I don't remember much about it or what it was all. I just
He's
remember.
so guilty. I'm gonna start cussing, but no, I have an OJ Bronco and I love it. I love the Bronco. I hate the situation because he was so guilty. So once again, fuck it.
I remember that Bronco came on Pawn Stars. The guy wanted like 1.2 million for that damn Bronco. It's in great shape.
Not in that good a shape. I got the same one. It's worth about $5,000.
Have you ever been in a low-speed car chase?
I was addicted to the whole thing, even through the court coverage. I was actually in the process of buying my bike shop. I had a bike shop on the North Shore of New Orleans, and the guy I was buying the shop from, I was working for him. He insisted I come work for him to learn the way he did the business. And so I had a little TV on the bench where I was building bikes, and I watched it freaking nonstop. It was a train wreck, but I mean, I
Yeah.
couldn't stop watching.
That was good. Well, see, I was in 6th grade when they went to trial on it. And I can remember our ISS teacher coming running out saying, you noticed that? But like going back and watching it, police chases would not go down like that today, no matter who you are.
No.
They're so daggone aggressive. I can't believe they let him drive that slow.
First off, I can't believe they said he was innocent, but
Yeah, that's a whole nother story, right?
I would have, police-wise, I would have gotten in front of him, stopped him, gotten him out of the car, looked up at the cameras that are in the sky, and had my moment.
I bet you have so many strong opinions on O.J. Simpson.
He's a great player.
Probably killed 2 people.
Yeah.
But Heisman all the way.
He was a great player. He was not such a great man. But I do have a story on him. I do.
I was waiting.
Bengals game, early 90s. A friend of mine bought Bengals tickets for the entire year and didn't want to go ever.
And he's announcing at this point, right?
He was. But my friend didn't want to go ever. I'm like, why did you buy the tickets? Just in case. Anyway, I'm 10 rows up, and OJ's right there, and I scream at him, "Juice!" And he gives me the meanest mugging look ever.
Wow.
And I'm like, I wasn't afraid. I was just like, dude, I'm just trying to give you your props.
In hindsight, maybe you should have been afraid.
Yeah. I mean, I could have been the first victim.
I still get Happy Meals.
For the toys?
And I'm 42.
For the toys?
No. But I mean, so I don't really eat a lot. I can't eat like a lot of food at one time. So if I can only eat like a hamburger and a small fry, why not get a toy?
I can remember when you used to be able to buy a movie. Like, and it was like a VHS tape. That's how I got Ghosts. But I don't remember the toys that much.
I mean, Happy Meal's good. I don't really, the toys, you play with them for a few minutes and then they break and you throw them away.
Or I can't even get them to operate like they're supposed to. But I worked at Burger King when the Pikachu things were huge. And man, you have people coming up there, which ones you got? I was like, I didn't even know you could do that.
I guess you could trade or collect anything, as we know with Bourbon. Everybody's collecting.
Oh God, they were so good.
My mom still has bins and bins and bins of our Happy Meal toys.
Those are worth thousands of dollars.
I'm sure they're not.
Yes, they are. Take them on Antiques Roadshow. They're worth so much money.
I'm going to send them. You take them.
I will happily take them. Did you have like the people like the Grimace and the Ronalds?
Yes. And then they had like so they did like this Disney collaboration and had Disney trains. We have whole trains, multiple whole trains. Because it was me and my brother, so she couldn't buy me something without getting him something, or couldn't buy him something without getting me something.
Okay.
So we all have multiples. We have multiples of
You heard it here first.
everything.
Contact McNew. Get yourself a train.
My mom has like those like Rubbermaid totes full of McDonald's toys in her basement.
Well, I remember we were going somewhere and they were advertising this Muppets museum, and we get there and it was seriously nothing but a freaking bunch of like Happy Meal toys that someone, and like we drove like an hour and a half out of the way to go to this.
And it was all Happy
and it
Meal
was like
toys?
Happy Meal toys of the Muppets.
We used to do the glasses when they did glasses and stuff like that with them, but yeah, collect those glasses, but not the toys. They break. So
Yeah.
I would probably wear them now. In high school, I wasn't a big fan.
So when I was in high school,
And that's where, it's totally
it was
different
it was
decades.
Airwalks.
What? What are those?
You guys remember those, right?
Airwalks? What is an airwalk?
It's a shoes. It's kind of like one of those, kind of hippie shoes, like Vans. No offense. If you wear Vans.
No. I would probably wear Vans now more
Is it
than
still
I
a company?
would
They
back
still
in
sell
the
those
day. I don't know. I'm sure.
It's been 10 years since I've tied a pair of shoes.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't popular when I was in school, I don't think. I mean, I don't remember.
You're about my age. They were popular when we were in school. People would buy Vans. Listen,
So
I'm gonna tell you the truth. People would buy Vans, and in the white squares, they would draw stuff. So, like, the picture that they drew would just be in the white squares. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
If you were awesome at art, you had to have a pair of Vans so you could draw stuff on them.
I don't really remember that in my school. I grew up in a small country town.
Did you have Vans when you were younger?
I have had multiple pairs of Vans that I have worn out, but I never had a checkered.
Really? You don't have these?
You are still that cool.
I love these. I think it's just
You are a
McCauley
grown-ass
every
man,
time.
and you
I
have
love
checkered
these.
Vans.
I wear these things all the time.
I support it. I do, and I think that your kids would too. Do they?
My son just cannot get into it. He hates that I wear these things, but I love them. I've got
Is
so
it
many
because
different
you're
pairs.
too cool for him?
No,
Is that the situation?
it's just whatever I can do to distract from whatever stupid thing I'm about to do. These things help.
I love it. I love it. And I have so many. So there's like a lot of companies that are ripping off the checkered Vans
Yes.
right now, and so like Rue 21 and places like that are like, ooh, look at this like $18 pair of shoes. They're gonna fall apart in 3.5 weeks after you wear them twice in the rain. But Vans, man, they hold up.
And here's where I got a problem with them because there's so many different colors now of checkered Vans, and I gotta go. The black and white is just a classic for me.
I think you're just trying to show us your legs. I think you're just trying to be like
a little stylish here.
"Ooh."
That's right.
Yeah.
Vans, and you remember those colored shoes, the high top shoes, Converse.
I had
Everybody had to own like 14 pairs, and you would never wear like the yellow with the yellow because that was lame. You would wear like the yellow with the green, and then the next day you would wear your black one with your tan one.
I never did that. I had a yellow pair, and then I had a pair that were all different colors. So it was like one side of the shoe was green and one side was pink, and like the tongue of the shoe was white.
Yeah.
But I wore matching sets.
You were that kid that wore you had to make sure they were the same.
Yeah.
Dude, I love minivans.
They're pretty convenient. My sister-in-law used to have one, and then I had my nephews for the weekend and had to take them to soccer. So I got to be soccer mom. And I mean, both like sides open. They're convenient when you have children. But I mean, I wouldn't just buy one to buy one. But they're cool, I guess.
You've had a lot of different cars. You ever have a minivan?
No.
Would you have a minivan?
No, I have no.
They got those ones with the doors that.
I wouldn't have no use
Would you
for it.
like that?
You like the shuttle bus, don't you?
I mean, makes money.
No minivans though. It's easier when you're doing your grocery shopping.
I don't do grocery shopping. I've done those.
All right. My friend, who is some kind of doctor or something, he does something. Anyway, his theory is he drives a minivan because the police will never pull him over when he's drunk.
All right.
That's all I got.
Well, I don't know how I can counter that. I drive a minivan because I have 2 small children. It's the car that makes the most sense.
Thus, you probably won't get pulled over.
No, never say never. But I would.
Have you ever been pulled over?
Not since we got the minivan.
How long's it been?
About 2 years. And I've done some questionable traffic maneuvers when I've been late and stuff like that.
They're not going to pull you over with kids in there.
I never thought I'd be a minivan guy, and now I can't get enough of them.
Minivans are my jam. I love minivans. I don't have one. I have 2 kids. I want a minivan so bad. My wife won't let me get one.
Why?
She doesn't like minivans.
I mean, honestly, I'm not a minivan person. And yes, I towed around a child, etc. But I understand it would probably, if I had one, really enjoy the convenience because they are purposely built for all of that. Some of them have like built-in vacuums and stuff. Can you imagine?
I was just going to say, that's the worst part about owning one is cleaning it. You know,
there's a lot of nooks and
There's a lot of floor
crannies.
space. Yeah, there's a lot of floor space too.
Yeah, but like we didn't have a minivan. Obviously, minivans today are just all cars are morphing into the same looking minivan hybrid of a weird SUV thing. It's whatever. We had a Chevy Astro. Yeah.
Did you have wood panels on the side?
Nope, it was gray.
Okay.
And there were like the bench seats.
Yeah.
So we go on vacation. We like drive to Montana, and so my brother would be on one seat, my other brother would be on the other, and I'd be on the floor like under the seat because that's what you did, and it's fine.
Right.
But it didn't have like it wasn't like the conversion van that had like the cap. That was luxury. That was living.
You know, I just could not get into it. I mean, I know people that drive these things, and they are the atypical Stepford wife, mother. That I'm
Ladies
sorry.
who do lunch.
I feel like once you drive the minivan, your life is over.
Yeah, I feel like you just put a little bow on it and you just say whatever. Although, I went to see the Foo Fighters last summer, and no joke, Dave Grohl drives a minivan. And he announced it in front of like 80,000 people at Wrigley Field. And he was like, I'm a rock and roll star, and I drive an effing minivan. And we were all like, yeah! And so it was like the one moment.
And you're like, they're going, why?
Driving a minivan was like really cool because it was Dave.
The only minivan I think that's cool is if you have one of the old VW vans, those were cool. That's what a minivan should be.
Because that says like hippie road trip, like rules. I don't have any rules.
No rules. I can live in this if I want to. I can go down by the river.
Do what I want.
Do whatever I want. Exactly.
If you have the need for them.
I think you have to. I was going to say you have to have a need to buy a minivan, but your need could be a lot of stuff. Like your need could be I have kids. Your need could be like
work.
I carry dead bodies around. Whatever. You could have a bunch of needs. Like I carry fertilizer. Like whatever you can have.
I carry dead body. Are you Dexter?
What's your deal with Lehigh Coconut?
Well, but I'm just saying you could have like. I'm just saying all parents, like all people that own minivans don't have to be parents. You could carry like, what if you were a DJ? You could carry speakers around in a minivan. I have a friend that's a DJ.
Does he have a minivan?
No.
I'm a dork though.
I'm not against it.
I like station wagons too.
I love station wagons.
You do?
Yes,
Well,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
The
oh
family
my God.
truckster was like the ultimate station wagon.
This girl I grew up with, her mom had like a white Volvo station wagon that had this like the side seats in the back, and I remember, and like the seats in the back, like no one does that anymore.
Right.
Not back facing, anyways.
Yeah.
You just make stupid faces at the cars behind you like an idiot when you were a kid. You know?
Minivans, no. Station wagons, yes. Hell
Yeah,
yes.
but I mean, like, I can appreciate the functionality of a minivan.
Yeah.
You remember from years ago the good times we used to know. Come on in, join the crew, raise your glass, get ready for some laughs about the past. It's time to reminisce. It's time to drink and think about what you have missed. Buckle up, get ready, my friends, for an entertainment ride where the fun never ends. Whether the topic is Play-Doh or Farrah's hair, by the end of the discussion